on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Passion TV, episode number 21. Now, I'm going to start off with a phrase, and I'm going to say it on both sides so people don't get offended, so I can drive home my point here. You can take a person out of the trailer park, but you can't take the trailer park out of a person. You can take a person out of the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out of the person. What do I mean by that? You could take a person, and before I even say the statement, let me tell you what I think of poverty and people who don't have, great manners, or they're not doing well in life. And a lot of it, 95% of it is totally them. And let me tell you why I say that. Because I think to be poor in the United States or any part of the Western world doesn't have anything to do with the government, doesn't have anything to do with there's not any jobs. It only has to do with you have bad habits. You wake up late, you don't read, you don't save your money, you spend more than you earn, and a whole list of things. But that's a whole nother video. You can take a person in that condition and put them in a house, give them great grass, just a great house, immaculate house. The house doesn't have a spot on it. And within 6 months, that house will be screwed up. The blinds will be mangled up, basically the flowers will be dead, the grass will be dead, the lawn will be grown up. Why is it that happens? Because I used to think that when I had problems in my life, I could just move away. That probably just aligned with somebody's thinking. I could just move away and everything will be great. But then you'll wonder that I moved, I met new people, but I'm still suffering. Because you haven't changed you. The inner outer, it comes from the inner and it creates the outer. So if you don't work on the inner, you're going to have problems, people. When you wonder why I work on myself daily, I work on myself daily because I don't trust that I can automatically be a good person. I don't believe in that. I believe that I have to work on myself daily. Like, I don't believe that I could just have muscles. I don't think I can get up in the morning and work out and all of a sudden there's the muscles. No. You got to work at the gym for years upon years upon years upon years and eat great, and then you will get your result. It's not going to happen automatically. You're not going to have a great marriage automatically. You got to work on it. Or whatever it is, whatever else, you're not going to have a great business automatically. You can't go out and talk to your customer, give your customers value, spend time on finding new products. Because I remember when I was doing offline sales, I would run into these individuals who would say, you know what? Business hasn't been the same since 9/11. And I'm like, what's 9/11 happened years ago? And you're still talking about 9/11? Could it be that your product is outdated? And your product price could be too much when there's a lot more things that people can get for far cheaper? Have you paid attention to that? You see, we sometimes in our head, we have these thoughts that drive us to think like, well, the reason why I'm not successful is because of that. And then once you believe it, you go with it. And then you stop growing because you think that thought is driving it. When really, you're driving it. Listen to the words I'm about to tell you right now. If you're living in the Western world and you have a lot of goose eggs in your bank account and the negative sign, and you find yourself in overdrafts and all of these things over and over and over, check you. Check to see, are you living above your means? Can you afford the home you're living in? Can you afford the city you're living in? Some of you are living in cities like San Diego, and you should be in small town America, where the actual rent is far cheaper. Right? You gotta act your wage, as Dave Ramsey says. You can't just go off and let your feelings, basically instruct you how to live. Your bank account should basically dictate how you live. And your bank account will be increased by watching what you do. Every decision that you make can make or break you when it comes to finance. So I'm going to leave it as that. I hope that I've given you some type of thought-provoking thought that can help you move in the right direction. I hope everything is great. And that's all I have to say, guys. And I'll see you in another episode of Passion TV. Take care.